funding protests, amplifying protests through various media outlets, arranging seminars on Indian democracy based on these protests, attacking and lecturing India based on it, and finally hoping to get some action against India at international level. This is the modus operandi of Equality Labs. Tanmoli Soundarajan, the founder of Equality Labs, has been part of the entire process that I just mentioned. The organization, Equality Labs, has funded many protests in and outside India against India and Hindus. Its ideological opposition has made them fund anti-India protests which have resulted in the loss of many lives. May it be the anti-CAA protests held in Delhi Shaheen Bagh from 2019 to 2020, or the farmers' protest that started in 2020 and continued till 2021. The Equality Labs had an instrumental role to play. Other than providing resources to these protests, the organization was prominently involved in the international toolkit to malign India on this issue. The organization manages to fund and organize all these protests in and outside India with huge donations from various organizations and individuals, one of which is eBay founder Pierre Omidyar's organization, the Omidyar Network. Pierre has invested $50 million in new media venture, which in turn funds Equality Labs. And that's not it. Another group that funded Equality Labs is the Luminate Group, who funded Equality Labs with $50,000 in 2017. Besides, the Brooklyn Community Foundation has funded the organization with $5,000 in 2020, claiming it to be the COVID-19 fund. Lastly, the San Francisco Foundation funded Equality Labs with $15,000 to conduct more training and provide additional one-on-one support to vulnerable groups. Equality Labs has used these donations to target and demonize the Hindu Dharma and pro-Hindu organizations, not only in India but also in the US, UK and other European countries. For that, they made a falsified, concocted report on Facebook India accusing the social media giant of not acting against certain social media posts. Here's another disclosure. Equality Labs was also behind the whole Cisco caste discrimination case. In May 2020, an employee at Cisco Systems, known only as John Doe, alleged that he had suffered an insidious pattern of discrimination, paid less, cut out of opportunities, marginalized by co-workers, all based on his caste. In May 2021, a federal lawsuit alleged that a prominent Hindu organization, Bochasan Vasi Shri Akshar Purushottam Swaminarayan Sanstha, lured more than 200 lower caste workers to the US and forced them to work for as little as $1.20 an hour for several years to build a sprawling Hindu temple in New Jersey. These two incidents are believed to have brought the so-called caste discrimination law to be pushed by vested interests to target Hindus in the US. Philanthropists like Omidyar fund them with a huge amount of money with media influence channelized sophisticatedly through several organizations created by Soundarajan with ideological affiliation to various left-wing organizations and political leaders in the US. Equality Labs has the resources, the medium, and the will to attack, malign, and defame the Hindu community. This is their modus operandi.